All right, here we are for the collective. I'm doing a reading for the collective. It's the anyone who needs to hear. This is what I originally planned to do instead of doing all of the August readings, because things have been kind of hectic right now because I've been handling stuff. However, I decided to go ahead and do the August readings, and now I want to do the reading for the collective and get that going. One thing that's happening, oh, wait a second, before I go any further, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. I'm recording this as a video. I don't upload many videos because, as you already know, my podcast is more popular than my video channels, and I'm fine with that. So, yeah, you're getting the video for this one, for those who want to watch the video. There are some things that I have to go over because I do the cards and then also I do premonitions and things like that. One thing, I had to write it down. For some of you, and again, with any reading, whether it's for the collective, whether it's for a specific sign, or whether it's for an individual, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it isn't your story, don't try to make it fit. Also, when I get to the tarot cards, I read the energy. So if I talk about a King of Wands, a Queen of Swords, a King of Cups, a Queen of Pentacles, I'm not talking about a male or a female. I'm saying that you or someone around you may possibly embody the energy of the card or cards being pulled. And also, I don't read reversals, and sometimes I don't read them when they're upright either, because there was a card that came out during a reading yesterday, and it came out upright, but the energy I was picking up is that it was in the reverse. So, you know, it is what it is. I read the energy, and I will interpret the energy of the cards as I see it at the time when they come out. So it might be upright, might be reversed, whatever, whatever. Back to the premonitions thing. For some of you, you probably need to correct the record, is what you need to do on something. There was something that happened where someone made an assumption, and because it didn't have a bad effect on you, but it didn't have a good effect on you, you were kind of indifferent about it, but the information wasn't correct. It's almost like, and I'll just throw this out here, and I'm using this as an example. Let's say that you're from South Carolina, but someone said, oh yeah, they're from North Carolina. It's whatever. The sky is not falling, the world isn't coming to an end, it's not affecting your credit or anything like that. And you may have just been like, shh, whatever. Never to deal with it again. I'm just using that as an example. There was something that was considered innocuous in your eyes, but still inaccurate. The information was still inaccurate. But because you felt that it didn't affect you either way, you just let the assumption and the information float out there. I'm telling you now, you need to speak up and correct whatever it was. Even though it doesn't hurt or help you, you still need to make sure people have the correct information, is what I'm saying. And again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Speaking of correct information, I did a video on Lil Nas X, all these Lil, on Lil Nas X. And I had said, I believe he's a Taurus. I was wrong. He's an Aries, which that says a lot. That explains a lot about him, but it still wouldn't surprise me if there was some Taurus in his chart. He's an Aries. Aries are the divas of the zodiac, as I always say. Because, yeah, like Aretha Franklin is March 25th, Diana Ross is March 26th, Mariah Carey is March 27th, Lady Gaga is March 28th. I think Stephanie Mills is March 29th or 30th. Hold on, give me a second. I'm literally in front of my laptop right now. I'm looking it up. But I know she's the last week of March for sure. Stephanie Mills, March 22nd. So yeah. So Stephanie Mills is March 22nd. And I feel like there's someone in Celine Dion. I think Celine Dion is March 30th. Let's see. Birthday. Yep, March 30th. Celine Dion is March 30th. All divas. And even those not born during March, being the Aries, you still have other ones that are born in April. Kelly Price is an Aries. Reba McEntire is an Aries as well. But Lil Nas X is an Aries. So that explains the larger than life personality, is what that explains. But what I had said about Lil Nas X, about him going into producing, he's going to go into producing more than likely either a TV series or a film or something like that, in directing and doing that stuff. I'm still with that. I still feel that is going to happen regardless. He's going to take whatever his capital that he's amassed from what he's doing now and then go into filmmaking or something of that nature. I really feel like he's going to go into filmmaking eventually. So yeah. But as for the collective, let's get back to that. We're in Leo season right now. A lot of people are feeling extra, I don't want to say antsy, but they're feeling like they need to do something. Some people might be having anxiety right now, a lot. You need to be in motion right now. This isn't a time to sit still because we're in Leo season. It isn't a time to sit still because if you sit still, more than likely, you may have some type of anxiety issues because the energy is trying to tell you, hey, take advantage of this energy, this extra kick while it's here. One thing that's happening on August the 8th is the Lionsgate portal, which is where you get an extra boost. It's almost like, what do you call that stuff that you put in the cars? The nitrogen, I believe it is, or whatever, like in Fast and Furious. I've seen all the Fast and Furious movies, but I forgot what the thing is called. But it's like that type of boost. So August 8th, don't be surprised if you just feel like you can jump over a 40-story building or something like that. Like you feel like the world, or you have the power of the sun, because Leo is ruled by the sun. You know, like you have the power of the sun. Igor, like for those of you who watch anime, 7 Deadly Sins. You know, where you were feeling like the skinny Igor, but then as soon as Igor powers up, if you start feeling like that, where that energy is going on around August the 8th, or where you become more vocal. But regardless, not just on August the 8th, during this period of Leo season, a lot of people are probably going to be more vocal, is what's going on. The other energy that I've been picking up is that a large amount of people have been through a lot, and they're seeing what they've been through. And especially in Leo season with pride, because that's what it is pride, is ego. That's why some Leos have huge egos and they're very prideful in their work. But people who have been through a lot, they will start to recognize what they have been through, or they're recognizing it right now during this Leo season. It's like, wow, I'm still standing. And that's why I titled this Still Standing, because I honestly feel like there are some people out there who they've been through the ringer. It's been like After one thing happens, then another thing happens. After you get past that, then another thing happens. After you get past that, then another thing happens. And it's like, really? And then but you keep going regardless. You don't give up. You just keep going. It's like, okay, well, that happened. Okay, this new thing's happened. Got to deal with it. All right, this new thing's happened. Got to deal with it. You just keep going. And some people in the collective during this time are going to look back on all that they've been through over the past year or over the past 2 years or 3 years. And they're going to be like, wow, still standing. They're going to have their chest out a little bit. They're going to pop their collar a little bit. They're going to realize that they're a warrior. They're going to realize that some of the things that they have been through, other people would not have been able to take it. Other people would have given up. Other people would have stopped. But they are still standing. You are still standing if you're in that energy that I'm talking about. You're realizing, wow, still standing. I'm still here. All the stuff was thrown at me, and I'm still here. I'm still standing. And I always think of the song by Monica. I mentioned this before in one of my episodes, where at the beginning of the song, she was saying that her mother said to her that you have to walk by faith and not by sight. Meaning where you're dealing with a bad situation and you feel like, wow, what's going to happen? Am I going to make it through this? And if you're examining things in the 3D, which is the physical world, you may be in your head like, I don't know how this is going to work, how I will overcome this. But if you're on a different frequency in the 5D, then you're walking by faith. You're like, I don't know how this will work out. I just know it will work out some type of way. And of course, I always tell people, always ask for help. If you ask for help in the 3D in the physical world, if you want someone to help you, fine. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, always ask for help from the spiritual world. They're around. They are very much around. The divine is always around. The divine will hear you. All you have to do is ask. There's a song by Yolanda Adams. It's called Just a Prayer Away, because it's saying that I'm just a prayer away. Just call my name anytime and I'll hear every word you say. So don't feel like you're ever alone, because as I mentioned before, we're all children of the divine. Every single person on planet Earth. If you are living on Earth, you are a child of the divine, whether you want to recognize it or not. I don't know what anyone's relationship is with the divine, and I'm not here to judge that, because who am I to judge? I'm just telling you that you're still a child of the divine. And if you make it clear to the divine that you need strength to get through something, you would be surprised sometimes how the divine delivers. You would be very surprised sometimes how the divine delivers. Whether it's the divine, whether it's your spirit team of angels, or whoever in the spirit realm that's willing to lend you a hand and do that because you're asking and stuff. And in some rare situations, even when you don't ask, a hand will be lent to you to help you, and you will still be standing. So now I want to see what the energy is for the collective. I'm going to start with some tarot cards, and then I have a second tarot card deck. I'm going to use the Insight Tarot, and I have the White Newman Sacred Animal Tarot. as a clarification. And then also I have the Isis Oracle cards, and then also I have postcards from Spirit. We're already 15 minutes in. This is going to be kind of long. So just giving you a heads up. This isn't going to be one of those 30-minute type of readings. This is for the collective. So, may I have the energy for the collective during Leo season? May I have the energy for the collective during Leo season? I'm going to split this in 3. Some cards going. And may I have some cards, please? Woo! Those flew out. Some of you are going to be going through changes. Some might be financial. This is the Tower and the Four of Pentacles is what's going to happen. Some of you might be holding on too tightly to your money during Leo season. A Tower moment may happen because the Tower is about something being built on a foundation that isn't stable. And the Tower happens to get things to clear out. It falls. Everything falls. So you can rebuild anew. Some of you might have to redo your finances and redo your budget. And that's not a bad thing. Some of you may be starting from scratch again after this Tower moment. You see how this tornado is, well, my listeners can't see it, but for my listeners, there's a guy in a tornado and pretty much everything's been torn apart. And then we have Four of Pentacles, which is earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Some of you also will be, there will be a change to something involving your physical world. So it doesn't necessarily have to be money. It could also be moving. Some of you may be moving during this period. Some of you may be forced to move during this period. Because also the Tower is a forcing mechanism, is what it is. It's where, because when someone holds on to something too long and the universe is trying to say, hey, this isn't working. And you're like, no, I want to hold on to it. Four of Pentacles. The universe is like, okay, I'll send you the Tower. So you can start over again and build on a solid foundation. So expect some changes. Some of you may have changes in finances. Some of you may have changes in home. Some of you may have changes in health, because Pentacles relate to health too. Some of you may be starting a new health routine as well, because you receive some type of information like, oh, I can't eat pizza every week. Or, oh, I can't smoke, 3 packs of cigarettes every week. Or I can't smoke weed every day. Or I can't drink alcohol every night. Or doing this or doing that. Some of you may have a change to your health pattern, your fitness pattern, because you receive some type of information during Leo season saying, hey, you can't hold on to these habits. These habits don't serve you. And that's what the Tower does. The Tower removes, because the things that are not serving you, it falls. So you can build anew and build new habits. So it's removing. There's going to be a lot of changes. But what I'm picking up from this is the energy is that once it happens, once any changes happen, you're going to be ready. Like you're going to jump in. You're going to eagerly. Some of you might be a little bit upset, but you're going to jump in and be like, okay, let's do it. Let's go ahead during this Leo season, which is more than likely a better time for something to happen, because it is more of you can brush off the negative effects of it and just be like, you know what, it's whatever, I'm moving forward and ready to take it on. Can I have some more cards, please? Thank you. Some of you are going to start a business. 9 of Pentacles. This is going back to Earth energy again, back to the 3D. Some of you are going to get on your fitness routine and you're going to be very successful with it. But going back to the business thing, some of you want to become entrepreneurs. Some of you are starting your business during Leo season, is what you're doing. Because you have that, something said to me, eye of the tiger. So that's, I guess, because that's the song, like someone's hungry. Wait a second, hold on. Some of you are sick and tired of being sick and tired. That's the other thing too. I feel like some of you have had a situation or situations where people did not recognize that you're the prize. They didn't recognize that you were the prize. I don't know why, because I'm thinking 8 of Pentacles and I'm thinking of work. For some of you, you've been working at places and they haven't seen your value. And I'm thinking 8 of Pentacles in my head because I'm thinking that some of you have worked very, very hard at wherever you've been working at, and they just did not see your value, no matter how hard you worked. And now with this energy during Leo season, you're like, okay, if you don't see my value, then I'll go somewhere else, or I'll do my own thing. I see my own value. 9 of Pentacles. Like I said, 9 of Pentacles, I'm picking up entrepreneurship, but also 9 of Pentacles could be that you just put out some applications or resumes and send those out to see who's interested in you, and you get a job that pays you more money and you're happier at that new job. 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles is pre-Empress energy. So this is abundance. This is being able to stand on your own. But this is also considered an entrepreneur card. And I feel like some of you are starting your own business as well. Thank you. Yep, the ships are going to be coming in. 3 of Wands. This is fire energy. Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. 3 of Wands. In this card, for the ones watching, and to my listeners, I'll explain. You see how all of this is planted? These wands are planted in the ground. That's what the 3 of Wands is about. The 3 of Wands is your ships coming in based off of actions that you've already taken. So some of you have already put in the work. You've already done it. Like, remember what I said just a second ago, where you might have been sending off resumes or applications or doing this or doing that? That's this. These are the seeds being planted. Those seeds, because now that those resumes or applications are in circulation for other people to see and find out your value, they're now growing. And something's going to come in from that. For others of you, if you're dealing with entrepreneurship, then you may have already started the process. You may have already done the incorporation, whether you did an LLC, an Inc., or a partnership, or whatever. Or you've already done the research on whatever you plan on selling, starting a business for. If you're selling a product, if you're selling sunglasses, you already know how much the sunglasses cost at, what's the term? I forgot the term. I can't believe I forgot the term off the top of my head. There's the retail price, and then there's the other price. But you know the difference between the retail price and the regular price. You know what You have to pay to get them, and you know what you have to charge for them to make a profit, is what I'm saying. You've done all the research. Some of you might have been looking into small business loans. Some of you might have been looking into grants for small businesses. Some of you might have been looking for sponsors, in the sense of you went to a relative and said, hey, I'm considering starting a business. I think I want to open a sunglass shop. I think I want to open a catering company. I think I want to open a shoe shop. I think I want to open a boutique. I think I want to open an all accessory shop. I think I want to start a website. I think I want to start a transportation company. Can you give me some seed money? Do you know anybody who can give me some seed money and do that to help me out? You've already started putting everything in motion. So now the things that you've already started in motion, this Three of Wands, this is saying that the momentum is bringing it in. That's what it's doing. The momentum is bringing it in. Also, in this particular picture, I just caught this. You see this butterfly right here? Butterflies are about transformation. So something will be transforming as a result of the ships coming in. Something is going to happen based off of the work that you've already put in to get towards your goal. So expect changes during Leo season. But the changes, like I said before, will be based off of work that you've already put in. Let me see what else. Thank you. 2 cards came out. Yeah. You can... Good. Collective, people listening, watching. Something's happening during Leo season. You see this? More fire energy. I told you. 6 of Wands is victory. 6 of Wands is victory. 6 of Wands is recognition. 8 of Wands is communication. This is what I call the coming in hot card. Some type of information during Leo season. For those, again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Something is coming in based off of the work that you've already put in. For others of you, if you have not put in the work, I would recommend that you do so, because if you put in the work now during Leo season, that work will get caught up in the momentum of the season. Because there's a lot of passion. I told you, 3 of Wands, 6 of Wands, 8 of Wands. But this 6 of Wands and this 8 of Wands, these 2 cards came out together. So this means that some type of communication is going to come in that is giving you a victory. That's what it's saying. Some type of communication, and it's going to come in hot and heavy. And also another thing that I was picking up with the energy as well is during this season, I feel like this is going to be a season where you don't have time to think, in the sense of, oh, well, if somebody makes an offer to you, it won't be a thing of, okay, well, I'll let you know in a day or 2. It's going to be a thing of, well, you need to let us know in an hour. You have an hour. You don't have a day or 2. You're going to need to let us know in an hour. There are going to be certain situations during Leo season where communication is going to come in, where opportunities will come in, and you're not going to have a lot of time to think about it. It's going to be one of those things like, are you willing to take the next step? Are you willing to take a chance? Let me make this clear too. You don't have to take every single offer that comes in, because I feel like there's going to be multiple offers coming in. At the same time, you can't be complacent. You can't be indifferent. You can't be like, okay, well, I'll mull it over. I'll think about it and all this other stuff. That's not going to be an option during Leo season. I'm not picking that up. It's going to be like, okay, it's almost like, you know how when people go swimming on the cliffs and stuff, where they're at the top of the rocks and people go up to it, and sometimes they hesitate to jump from the cliff into the water and do that. It's almost like that, where either you're going to jump into the water and see if you can swim, or you're going to just step to the side and let someone else get their victory and their recognition and their abundance, while you sit and watch everyone else jumping into the water, doing that. You may get there and be like, okay, I'm too scared. Someone calls you and they're like, yeah, we want to offer you a job. However, the job is in another country. And I'm just making something up here, where they're like, we would love for you to go to our office in Sweden based off of your resume. We want you to work at our office in Sweden. And you're like, but I only speak English. I don't know any other languages, or I only speak Spanish or something like that. And you're like, I don't know my way around Sweden. How would I find my way around Sweden? It's that type of stuff where there may be an amazing opportunity for you, but because of a fear of the unknown, you may pause. But this communication is coming in fast, and because it came in fast, more than likely a fast answer will be required. But if you take advantage of the energy, you're going to get the victory, is what's going to happen. May I have some more cards, please? This card keeps on, this Ten of Pentacles keeps on looking at me. That Ten of Pentacles keeps on looking at me. Thank you. Five of Swords. Something I want to tell you, and this is air energy. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. When you're doing your thing during Leo season, let me make this clear. Swords are about thoughts and communication. Five of Swords can be about having a defeatist attitude, like you already feel defeated. But it can also be about conflict at a cost. It can be about defeating somebody, and there was a cost that came with it. It can also be about gossip. Usually that's what I pick up with Five of Swords, is gossip. And that's the energy I'm picking up. While you're doing your thing, while you're back to the Six of Wands, because again, I picked up the wrong one. That was Eight of Wands. Six of Wands. While you're being recognized for your hard work or for your talent, whether you're being an entrepreneur and then all of a sudden you thought you were only going to sell like 500 sunglasses. All of a sudden, you have an order for 10,000 pairs of sunglasses, and your business just blows up. Whatever it is, whatever you're doing, you're being recognized in front of people. Or you could be on your job and then happen to be promoted and moved up because they finally seen, hey, this person is a really hard worker. Hey, this person is really creative. They're really bright. Let's go ahead and promote them. Whatever it is with this recognition and this victory, as soon as you get this recognition and this victory, don't be surprised if people are going to talk, if people will talk. Because they will ask themselves, because as you're ascending higher, they're going to ask themselves, well, why did they get it? What made them so special? What? I've been doing the same thing they've been doing. I didn't get the promotion. I've been here longer. I didn't get the promotion. Why did they get it? I tried to start a business before. My business didn't work out. It was a similar business. Yeah, they're selling sunglasses and I was selling flip-flops, but still, my business didn't do well, and now all of a sudden, their sunglasses are all over the place, and a celebrity is wearing one of their sunglasses now. You will have people who will talk. As I have said in many readings, one of the best quotes I ever heard: people talk about you because they can't talk to you. And as you ascend, one of the sayings is new levels, new devils, where people, because big symbols make big targets. And when people see you ascending, when people see that you have the victory, and in some cases where it happens so fast, again, Eight of Wands, where it happens so fast, and then they see that you're independent, Nine of Pentacles. When they see all of that, some of them are going to talk. Not everyone's going to be happy for you, because they're going to feel that it should have been them. They're going to feel it should have been them that got the victory. It should have been them that got the recognition. It should have been them that got the promotion. It should have been them that had the abundance. It should have been them that was able to relocate to another country and start a brand new job. It's the it should have been them type of stuff. But you know what? One reason that it wasn't them is because they didn't put in the work, whether they realize it or not. That's one of the reasons. The other reason that it could be is because there is a different path being carved for them. Maybe they haven't learned their lesson. And more than likely they haven't learned their lesson if they're in the Five of Swords energy, where they're gossiping and talking about people. Because I think of the World card. The World card is when people ascend to the next level because they've learned their lesson. If someone is caught up in another person's life and what they're doing and talking about, well, I don't see how they got that. They don't deserve that. I work really hard. Whatever. If they're caught up in this energy, more than likely they're stuck in a cycle, which is why they haven't ascended yet. They haven't changed their frequency. So until they change their frequency, it's going to be harder for them to get the victory. It won't be impossible for them, because some people who are low frequency can get victories. But if they're in this energy here of talking about people and having this defeatist attitude and everything else, it'll be harder for them to get the victory. But for you, you're not worried about what other people are doing. You're minding your business. You're running your race. That's what I always tell people: run your race. Don't worry about what everyone else around you is doing, because it doesn't matter. Their life is their life. Your life is your life. Run your race. If someone wins the lottery tomorrow, God bless them. If someone gets a promotion tomorrow, God bless them. If someone is able to start their own business tomorrow and it just blows up and does amazing, and then they become a Fortune 500 company, God bless them. Whatever it is, God bless them. Whatever they're doing, good for them. While they're doing that, you're going to be over here running your race. One thing that Dionne Warwick said when she was talking about it, either her father or her grandfather had said to her, she said, don't worry about people running their mouth. While they run their mouth, you run your business. That's what you do. While they run their mouth, you run your business. Nine of Pentacles. People who you thought, something just said to me, so I need to go ahead and convey it to you. People who you thought were your friends, after they see you get the victory, they might start talking about you because they feel that they may have deserved that victory more than you. Or they may feel that now that you have the victory, you should do more for them. But you, in their eyes, you haven't done enough for them. All of this, thoughts and communication, Five of Swords. Some of them might be feeling left out because all you're doing is running your race. You're not intentionally trying to leave people out. You're just running your race. But some people, because you're claiming your victory and you're just running your race, they're talking about you because they feel that you've left them out, that you've abandoned them. But you haven't. You're just focusing on you. You were busy planting those seeds, 3 of Wands, so your ships could come in. Or that's what you'll be doing. You'll be planting your seeds so your ships can come in. It isn't that you're leaving anyone out. It's just that the only person who can plant your seeds are you. No one else can plant your seeds for you. So while you were doing that, they might have felt left out. And because they felt left out, they're in this defeatist energy, like they've been abandoned, and they feel they need to talk about you. Oh, you've changed. You're not the same person anymore. Now that you've got this, now that you've got that, now that you're doing this, now that you're doing that. So do your best to avoid the 5 of Swords energy and not fall into that type of energy yourself. The best way to avoid that type of energy is run your race and mind your business. That's what I always tell people, mind your business. I remember I was talking to my mother not too long ago. One of my aunties was asking about me, what I do for my regular job, because you know I do my podcast and I work a regular job too. And my auntie that I don't even talk to that much anymore, I only talk to really one of my aunties, my mother's sister. But my other auntie, she was talking to her, and my mother was like, yeah, your aunt such and such was asking, what do you do? I said, oh, I mind my business. That's what I do. I mind my business. And then, you know, that was that. That was me letting my mother know, let other people know, you don't have to worry about what I'm doing. I'm minding my business. I want everyone to win. And everyone can win. That's the thing. Don't let anyone fool you. Everyone can win. The universe has an infinite amount of possibilities. Now, can everyone win in the exact same thing? No. All 8 billion of us, or whoever many of us on the planet right now, we can't all be rappers right now. We just can't. We can't all be singers, or all be doctors, or all be plumbers, or all be, and yes, plumbers do win. Plumbers get paid. Don't get it twisted. Or be construction workers, or be this, or be that. All of us can't be the same thing. It wasn't meant for all of us to be the same thing. But there is an abundance of stuff out there where every single person can win. And that's my thing. I want everyone to win. Because anytime someone is doing well, it makes me feel good. Because it's like, oh, they're doing well. I'm happy for them. I'm glad they're winning. But I'm minding my business and I'm running my race. I'm not going to dive into all the details. Like I said before with my podcast, the only time I'm not minding my business is if I'm forced not to mind my business and talk about something on my show. But for the most part, everyone can win. But everyone needs to mind their business too. Don't fall in this 5 of Swords energy talking about everyone. But people will be talking about you during this Leo season because you're going to have different. You're going to have a pep in your step. May I have another card, please? Thank you. Man, 3 of Cups. Celebration. Some of you will be celebrating during Leo season. Some of you will be celebrating. This is water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You may be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, or a Pisces for all I know. But there may be something going on where there's going to be a celebration. Hell, you might be celebrating the victory, the 6 of Wands, where something came in during Leo season and you're like, oh, wow, okay, let's throw a party. Let's do that. But this is celebration, 3 of Cups. It can be celebration in the sense of you're getting together to have a family reunion. It could be celebration, going back to what I said earlier, you claimed the victory. Or it could just be a celebration because you're so damn happy. Don't forget, The Sun card in the tarot deck is the happiest card in the deck. Leo is ruled by the Sun. Some of you might be so damn happy right now, you're like, you know what? I just want to throw a party. Let's celebrate. That song, Celebrate Good Times. I think that's the title of that song, Celebrate Good Times, Come On. Who sings that? Kool and the Gang or something? It's an older song. But you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, some of you, there's a celebration on the horizon during Leo season. And see at the bottom of the deck, 6 of Cups. Bottom of the deck, 6 of Cups. I'm going to set it right next to the 3 of Cups. 6 of Cups is nostalgia. Some of you are definitely going to be celebrating with family. Some of you are going to be celebrating with family. 2. Some of you are going to go back home to celebrate with family. Especially with this 8 of Wands here, because 8 of Wands can be a travel card too. Some of you might be going back home to celebrate with family. Some of you might be going back home to announce your victory. Some of you might be welcomed back home, announcing your victory, like a hero that came back from a war that you won. But expect some type of celebration, and especially expect it to be with those close to you, as well with the 6 of Cups, which was at the bottom of the deck. May I have another card, please? Thank you. 2 of Swords. I'm picking up 2 things here. Going back to what I was talking about earlier, where some things are going to be coming in hot, 8 of Swords. Some of you, and this is air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Some of you are going to have to make a decision. Period. You're going to have to make a decision on what the deal is. What do you want to do with all the offers that are in front of you? Some of you may have 5, 6, 7 offers of things. You're going to have to make a decision on what you want to do. Others of you, you're going to be blocking people, because 2 of Swords is about blocking as well. You're going to be blocking people. You're going to be like, don't get that negative energy on me. Don't get that negative energy on me. I don't want anything to do with it. Some people might try to drag you down. Remember, 5 of Swords. And 2 plus 5 is 7. Deception. Strategy. 7 of Swords, and I didn't pull the 7 of Swords card, but I'm talking about, these are the only 2 Swords cards on the deck. 2 and 5. 7. With the 7 of Swords card, the default is deception, where someone is trying to pull the wool over your eyes. Another thing with 7 of Swords is strategizing. But what I'm picking up is, when you're getting your victory, you may have to block people, 2 of Swords, because they're trying to latch on to what you have. They're trying to figure out how to latch on to what you have and ride your coattails. So keep your eyes open, because also with the 2 of Swords, it's about not opening your eyes. Usually in this deck, it doesn't have the woman, but in other decks, it's usually a woman with a blindfold on, and she has the 2 of Swords, and then she's not seeing anything. She's kind of paralyzed. But keep your eyes open, because when you get your victory, there's going to be some people in that low vibrational 5 of Swords energy where they may attempt to strategize on how to ride your coattails to bring themselves up, because they feel it's owed to them, is what may happen. So keep that in mind too. Any other cards? This card seems like it wants to jump out, but, well, that one did. Your intuition is going to be good. High Priestess. This is Pisces, Cancer energy. Your intuition is going to be good. Trust your intuition. If your gut is telling you something, listen to it. Listen to your gut. Don't constantly second guess yourself. Don't be afraid. I know that the moon can be affiliated with this, and the moon can be about illusions and things like that. Trust your gut. Trust your gut. I want to take an oracle card, an Isis oracle card. Thank you. Healing the Divine Masculine. Let me pull out my book right quick. I was hoping to keep this under an hour, but it seems like it's going to be a little bit longer than an hour, and that's fine. It is what it is. Only reason I want to keep it under an hour is so I can upload this to Instagram, but it'll just have to be on YouTube and Daily Motion. Card messages. $71. 7 plus 1 is 8. 8's a good number. Huh. I'm looking for it now. Okay, healing the Divine Masculine. It says the inner masculine and inner feminine need each other. When they are in a good inner relationship with us, we feel like healthy, whole human beings. We are able to live as ourselves in the world in a relatively peaceful, creative, and enjoyable way. When there is damage to the inner masculine, there is difficulty in standing up for our truths, in knowing what our truths and values are, and in knowing how to protect them without feeling as though we have to fight constantly just to be allowed to be ourselves. We might also feel that unless others see things as we do, we have no power, and then have to fight to dominate others, manipulating them to point out to our point of view. The inner masculine part of us often needs healing so that he can fulfill the divine purpose of inner strength, protection, honoring of the self in all its uniqueness, so that we can live as free, strong individuals that know who they are and are happy to just love and be that person and allow others to do the same. I'm going to stop right there because it's kind of long, as you can see. My listeners, you can't see the book, but my viewers can. It's kind of long. From that little bit that I just read, don't be afraid to be yourself. That is what I'm taking from that. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Be yourself. And during this Leo season, this is the best time to be yourself. Let it all out. Show people who you are. Don't be afraid to take the stage. Take the stage. Show people who you are. Don't shy away. And if people don't appreciate who you are, oh well. Sing your song, march to the beat of your own drum, because you are the star of your show. So they don't have to like you. They don't have to get you. They don't have to understand you, because you're the star. You're the star of your show during this season. And don't forget, you're still standing. I'm going to take a postcard from Spirit right quick. Something's telling, hold on. Let me take this one. What is this? We shall see. All right, postcard from Spirit. Dearest you, there is something told me to take this card. I was right. Told you. Okay, dearest Spirit, there is only one you. And you have a unique path and a special purpose. You're supposed to have specific experiences in the world and meet certain people. But then it is up to you how you live, how awake you choose to be, and how willing you are to grow and strip away what's false. What was I just saying about being the real you? Showing people who you are. But let me go back to this. Don't compare yourself to others. What did I say? I told you, run your race. Don't worry about what... Okay, I'm gonna finish. Let me be quiet. I'm getting caught up in the moment. Let me be quiet. I'm getting caught up in the moment. All right. Don't compare yourself to others. It's easy to think a person is happier just because their outside looks good according to society's standards. But you can't know anyone's internal experience. Compare yourself only to your past self. See how far you've come. Don't be distracted by what others are doing or accomplishing. Stay focused on what inspires you. That's how you get successful and find happiness. Want what you have now. Now, not what someone else has. Let me read that again. Want what you have now, not what someone else has. We love you immensely and know your journey ahead is sparkling with miracles and wondrous things. Trust you're loving you forever and ever. That was Message from Spirit. The Message from Spirit postcard. I told you. You're going to run your race during this Leo season. You're going to run your race. Don't worry about what other people are doing. There's going to be some people, like I said before, who are going to worry about what you're doing. But don't worry about what other people are doing. Run your race, because the energy for victory is there. The energy for victory is there. The energy for celebration is there. The energy for abundance and stability and standing alone and being successful is there during this Leo season. And if you notice, if you're listening to this or if you're watching this and you already know that you've been through a lot of stuff, like I said in the title, you're still standing. You're still standing for a reason. You're still here for a reason. Take advantage of the energy and do that. Claim your victory. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Until next time, be blessed.